Okay, so let's dive right in. Today we're tackling a really massive technological puzzle. How does a country with over 240 million people build its digital future? We're going to break down the strategic blueprint for Pakistan's nationwide 5G network.
And that's really the question at the heart of it all, isn't it? This is so much bigger than just faster downloads on your phone. We're talking about laying the groundwork for smart cities, for next-gen industries, and for connecting communities that have, been left on the sidelines. The stakes here are just incredibly high. So before we can even get to the answers, we really have to understand the problem. And Pakistan's 5G challenge is, well, it's pretty complex.
Yeah, this slide just nails it. It's a huge balancing act. On one hand, you've got these packed cities that are hungry for blazing fast speeds. Think seamless streaming, lag-free gaming, the whole deal. But at the same time, you've got to stretch that network out to suburban and rural areas without completely breaking the bank. And then there's a whole other layer, businesses that need their own super secure, ultra-reliable private 5G networks. Each of these things points to a different solution. And if you make the wrong call, well, it could mess with the whole country's digital future.
This brings us to the key players in this high-stakes game. There are basically 4 major tech contenders fighting to build this thing, and each one brings something totally unique to the table.
First up is a name I'm sure you recognize, Huawei. They are a massive force in the global telecom space.
So, Huawei's big advantage? They've got seriously advanced tech, like massive MIMO, which is just fantastic for handling tons of traffic. Plus, they're known for being cost-effective and getting things built fast. And hey, they already have a solid track record in Pakistan, with operators like Zong and Jazz. On the flip side, there are some geopolitical whispers, and of course you're pretty reliant on them for support once it's built. Okay, next up, let's look at another big player, ZTE. They have a different, but really important part to play here.
ZTE is all about smart economics. Think of them as the go-to for affordable, reliable coverage. This makes them perfect for that cost-effective expansion into the suburbs and rural areas we were talking about. And they play nice with Huawei's gear. Their tech just isn't quite as bleeding edge for those super dense city centers.
Our third contender is a classic name that has totally reinvented itself for the 5G world, Nokia. Nokia's strength is all about specialization. They are the absolute experts when it comes to those private 5G networks for factories, industries, you name it. Their stuff is cloud native and totally future-proof, which is a huge deal. The catch? That expertise costs more, and it's not really built for a massive nationwide consumer rollout.
And last but not least, our fourth contender, Ericsson, who are often seen as the premium high-end choice.
Ericsson is all about raw performance and rock-solid reliability. You could call them the luxury car of 5G. They're perfect for specific high-value city zones where you absolutely cannot compromise on quality. But, that top-tier quality comes with a pretty hefty price tag, which makes it a tough sell for a full nationwide deployment. So, you've got 4 very different contenders. Who do you pick? Well, here's the twist. The smartest play isn't to pick one winner. It's about building a 5G dream team.
And this is the absolute core of the strategy. Instead of putting all your eggs in one basket, you create a team where every player does what they do best.
This approach actually has a name. It's called a multi-vendor strategy. It might sound a bit technical, but the idea is simple. You mix and match to get the best of all worlds. You leverage each company's strength to build a network that's flexible, affordable, and performs like a champ.
So let's see how this dream team comes together. First, playing the role of the urban backbone, you've got Huawei. Their mission? Power up the cities and all the high-traffic spots with fast, high-capacity 5G. Why them? Simple. They give you the best bang for your buck for getting a quality network up and running quickly.
Now, playing a super critical supporting role is ZTE, our coverage expander. Their whole job is to take that core network and stretch it out into the suburbs and rural areas without costs getting out of hand. This is how you get to true nationwide coverage. And completing our starting lineup is Nokia, the enterprise specialist. Their mission is basically to build the future, those specialized private networks for factories, for smart city projects, the stuff that's really going to drive innovation. They're the ones who unlock all the premium, next-gen services. Okay, so we've got our strategy and we've got our team. But how do you actually pull it off? That brings us to the blueprint for action.
And here's how it all unfolds, in 6 pretty clear steps. Step 1, build out that urban backbone with Huawei. Step 2, expand into the suburbs and rural areas affordably with ZTE.
Step 3, bring in Nokia for those specialized business networks. It all happens in phases, kind of from the city centers outward. And then, and this is crucial, steps 5 and 6 are all about the long game, using AI to constantly keep an eye on performance and always planning for what's next, like 5G Advanced and the Internet of Things.
At the end of the day, all this tech, all this strategy, it all comes down to one thing: building a connected future that actually delivers real-world benefits to real people.
So, what does this network actually deliver? Well, for people in cities, it means things just work. Lag-free gaming, seamless streaming, truly smart homes. For rural areas, it's a game changer. It means finally getting reliable internet, which opens up a whole world of new opportunities. And for businesses, it's the engine that will power smart factories and the Internet of Things. This is why it matters.
You know, you can really boil this whole complex strategy down to a super simple formula. Huawei is your backbone, ZTE gets you cost-efficient coverage, and Nokia handles the enterprise and future-ready services. It's a simple, elegant solution to a really complicated problem. And that leaves us with one last really powerful question. The blueprint is there, the strategy is clear. With this new digital foundation ready to go, the real question isn't how to build it anymore, it's what incredible things Pakistan is going to build on top of it.